This is a game called You Used to Be Someone, and it's apparently about having a major depressive episode. Be safe, everyone. Well, I wonder why I made the commentary at all at this point. The more time you spend in your cramped little apartment, the less you can stand your very existence. You should probably go outside. It'll be good for you. Supposedly. Huh. Right off the bat, I will say, from the times that I have felt detached from myself, the game's already managing to evoke that feeling with this sort of fisheye camera angle we have, and the artifact compression on things. Your parents, during their weekly phone calls, keep asking you when you're going to get a real bed. "We'll buy you one," they say. You tell them it's fine, that you'll buy one when you move to a bigger apartment. You're not moving to a bigger apartment anytime soon, though. Not with what you're currently being paid. And yes, you know damn well that you're super privileged for even having your parents as a safety net. Doesn't really help, though. In fact, it makes you feel even more guilty. Yikes. It's gonna be one of these kinds of games, I suppose. When you get into moods like this, you used to be able to throw yourself into projects. Lately, though, you can't even focus long enough to do much more than casually browse the internet. It's like a part of you has died, and you're surprised at how little you feel regarding that. Most of your worldly possessions are stashed in here, not that they're worth all that much. You just went. I had this exact pattern of rug when I was a kid. That's kind of fucking weird. You found this carpet in a thrift store. It reminded you of the carpets your parents had in your house growing up. The same parents you moved across the country to distance yourself from. Figures. It's ugly and garish, but you kinda love it. It's not great, but you're used to it. You haven't actually used your stove in ages. It's not that you can't cook. You're actually not that bad at it. It's more that cooking takes effort, not to mention motivation. These days, you can't even be bothered to heat up your food. Oh well. I don't know if I've ever been that deep. The not heating up food part, even as sad as I get, I still take the time to microwave my SpaghettiOs. Even as, and I'm talking, like, actual depression, not just, I'm very sad. No matter how depressed I've ever been, I still heat up my SpaghettiOs, and, if you're out there going through a period of your life where you don't heat up your SpaghettiOs, I'm sorry, and I hope things get better, or you get the support that you need to, weather this period in your life. The current contents of your fridge are as follows. Half of a pizza, mushroom, green peppers, and olives. A carton of almond milk. Some eggs. A bottle of sriracha sauce. 1/3 of a bag of frozen pierogies. Some strawberries that are probably going to go bad soon. You're really not in the least bit hungry, though. These remnants of a magnetic poetry set were here when you moved into this apartment. You left them on your fridge because they amused you. You feel like human garbage. Ha ha ha. You got this aquarium because you figured taking care of some living creatures would help you out of this funk you're in. Is it, in fact, helping? You're not sure. Alright, you gonna do this? Yeah. Well, can't be any worse than staying in, can it? Woohoo! Good job! You made it outside! Okay. Now what? No, not gonna do that. That's too easy. Oh joy! It's the door to an apartment you don't live in. You're not friends with anyone in that building, so there's no reason for you to go in there. Not that there's anyone in that building you want to be friends with, but still. I'm gonna... So, you had enough of being outside? Suit yourself, then. You vaguely wonder whether the apartments in this building are as crappy as the ones in yours. Probably. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the person who made this game probably lives somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. I can't base that on anything, but I have a strange feeling. That is, assuming they're American at all, which is not a safe assumption to make, actually, so never mind. Looks like the neighborhood coffee shop is open. Feel like going inside? Ugh, coffee shop ambience is just not what you're into right now, you suppose? So am I gonna get options? Oh joy, it's the door to the apartment you don't live in. Okay. You get some repeating text there. Oh wow, there's a lot. Let's see what happens when we go in the coffee shop first off. Maybe being around people without having to actually interact with them is just what you need right now. Or maybe even some caffeine would help. Worth the try, right? You spent time in many cafes just like this one. Sipping coffee, laptop open, endless brilliant ideas flowing out of your fingers, fascinating strangers mulling around in the background as you imagined their stories. Now, you hate everything you write. What's the point? Everything's seen it all before. Everyone's seen it all before. And as much as you miss the days you thought you were so brilliant and clever, the fact of the matter is, you're not. Just not. Oh look, it's an art. Or rather, a poster of an art, most likely. Hello, Salvador Dali. You wonder whether it might be a good idea to acquire things to put up on your walls. Help the place feel more like yours and all. It'll probably help, but, you know, motivation. Yeah, I've felt that one too. Like, it is important to put shit on the walls of any place you live because it is the only way you're ever going to stop feeling weird about living there, and I know that as a professional, no longer living places person. If you're LGBT, get a pride flag. That one always runs, and they're pretty too. The rest of you, you're gonna have to settle for, I don't know, the American flag, maybe, but that sucks. So you should probably just get like an anime wall scroll. It'll be less embarrassing. This one seems a bit crooked to you. Only very slightly, though. It would actually be better if it were more crooked, because then it might read as intentional design decision. This board looks exactly like the board out of Diva Espresso, if anyone's ever been there. See, it's espresso in this universe. Okay. That's a samovar. I don't know why our coffee shop has one of those. Most coffee shops I go to don't. You used to have this one on a t-shirt. You wonder what happened to it. It probably doesn't fit you anymore anyhow. Does that Mona Lisa have a mustache on her? Yep. This one fails. This one never fails to crack you up no matter how many times you've seen it. Yay! A momentary emotion other than despair. Woo! You could have sworn this one didn't used to be here. Then again, exactly how long has it been since you last walked in here? Were you even paying attention at the time? This jukebox seems to be stuck on some sort of a loop. How apt. That bathroom sure seems to have been occupied for a good long time. Right. And time to confront you. Unless I can see that texture behind you. Sincere apologies, $200. The impossibly upbeat barista asks you what you would like to order. I'd like some hot chocolate. Barista enthusiastically and clumsily makes you your drink. It's not the worst you've ever had, but definitely far from the best. Oh well. This cafe is failing to provide you with anything in the way of inspiration. You're done here. Well, that was a bust. I've already had the hot chocolate. That doesn't actually have caffeine in it, so it's probably not going to help anything. I could go slug down the contents of, I don't know, whatever canned good I can find in the Disco Mart. You could, you suppose, visit the local Disco Mart. How about it? You can always count on the Disco Mart to have something acceptable to snack on. Not that you particularly feel like snacking, but who knows, maybe something in there will inspire you. As soon as you wander inside the Disco Mart, you remember exactly why you hate it. Everything is overpriced and harshly lit, and the clerk always glares at you. He sure does. You'd avoid ever coming in here at all, but alas, sometimes you have to buy toilet paper. Dude. Respectfully, don't buy gas station toilet paper. If you can avoid it, if there is any other way you can get your toilet paper, short of wandering into the forest and killing the tree yourself, don't buy gas station toilet paper. It's so expensive. Like this isn't a class. This isn't like me trying to be classist. This is just from a monetary standpoint. Buying gas station toilet paper is a losing prospect, and this is coming from someone who's bought a lot of gas station toilet paper. Don't do that to yourself. All right, let's look at this safely blurred cooler of drinks. A selection of the Disco Mart's many junk food options. You're well aware that if you were to buy this literally anywhere else, it would be about half the price. And yet, what else is even open at this time of night? All this reminds you, you should eat healthier. You should visit an actual grocery store. You used to be able to visit actual grocery stores. What happened? When did leaving the apartment at regular people hours become so hard? As someone currently working overnight shifts, that one hurt, but not for the reason maker of this game wants it to. There must be something in here that contains a vegetable. Or a fruit? Maybe? Well, considering that looks like a blurred case of Coffee Mate and milk and Yoo-Hoo, there's probably not any vegetables in any of those. If they're putting vegetables in Yoo-Hoo, we've failed our kids more than I thought. A selection of the Disco Mart's many junk food options. I saw a gas station once that had a machine in it that served a frozen Prussian. You're well aware that... Yep, already seen this one. A dusty rack of discount Blu-rays, mostly mediocre romantic comedies and superhero popcorn flicks. You used to read magazines like this, in an effort to understand the kinds of people who bought them. It always felt like you were an alien from another planet, doing some kind of anthropological study. It used to be fun because you felt a smug sense of superiority, but now it just makes you sad. It's always the same clerk, of course. Or maybe not. Maybe they all just look the same. The clerk looks at you expectantly, waiting for you to buy something. You pay for your snack, consume about 2/3 of it, then end up throwing the rest in the trash. Nope, you're not really feeling the disco of this mart at all. OMG! Shoes! Too bad they're closed. Not that you even need new shoes anyway. That's a dated reference. Juice, bro! You've had juice from this juice bar once before. It was pretty good juice. Just, you know, not $9 good. Yeah, whoever made this game lives in the Pacific Northwest. There's no way they don't. They could live in the very apartment I live in right now for all I fucking know, because this is uncanny. This place supposedly serves good cupcakes. You never had a chance to try them, though, seeing as they're practically never open. Local cupcakery with weird hours. Yep. Well, 24-hour Nom Nom Noms is open. Wanna go in there? Why not? It's not like anyone you actually know will see you, so hey, might as well. You come here way more often than you'd like to admit. You're well aware the food is terrible for you and the business practices are exploitative. At times like these, sometimes a box of chicken nuggets is all you can get down. You know it's a manufactured childhood nostalgia thing and you hate yourself for buying into it, and yet that doesn't stop you. Look at Nom Nom Noms, trying to look more fancy gourmet than it actually is. It's Nom Nom Noms. You know that. Everyone knows that. So why bother? The teenager at the counter recites the usual chipper, "Welcome to Nom Nom Noms, how may I help you?" speech. You buy your nuggets and eat them. They taste like childhood and vague regret. So much for that. You've had enough of this cramped, greasy place. Time to go back outside. Life is, indeed, not fair. Seems like this place just opened up, like, yesterday. Either that or you've been holed up in your apartment longer than you thought. You used to love going to nice restaurants by yourself. It was like you were taking yourself out on a date, or so you used to say. Of course, these days you can barely even muster enough energy to be awake when nice restaurants are open. You used to busk, back when you played music with other people. It was fun. Sometimes you miss it. You thought about busking by yourself, playing either your guitar or one of your horns, but you never managed to find enough motivation to actually do it. Oh look, the laundromat is open. Maybe you want to go in there? Sure. Hey, maybe the laundromat will inspire you to wash the overflowing hamper of clothes in your bedroom. Or maybe you'll just keep wearing the same hoodie and pajama pants you've had on for days. Whatever. This is unpleasant to listen to. When you went to live in an apartment without laundry, you figured you'd be fine. The laundromat's so close by, you said to yourself. You even convinced yourself it was all romantic and bohemian and such. What it really ended up meaning in practice is that you don't end up doing your laundry all that often. I understand the difficulty. Not having a laundry machine really fucking sucks. Actually, damn, it's too late for me to check. I was gonna check if these things were coin ops, because now you get the chip card, which is my favorite thing that laundry rooms have. Because not only do you have to have cash to fill the chip card, because inevitably your landlord will have taken the card option off of the machine that refills the separate card, because fuck you, but it won't give change. So every time you need to do laundry, flush $10 down the toilet to refill the card. It's miserable. Ridiculous hats. Once, this place did indeed contain ridiculous hats. Now it does not. When you first decided to start exploring your gender identity and dress better, you visited a lot of thrift stores. They were great places to find dress shirts and waistcoats and blazers. Which, at the moment, all just sit in your closet while you once again try to forget you even have a body to dress. This sucks. This joke right here is not a good joke. You used to love owning books and bargain hunting for them at used bookstores. Now, well, owning shelves of books is more trouble than it's worth. It makes moving a pain in the ass, for starters. Whatever you didn't end up donating to other used bookstores is probably still somewhere in your parents' basement. Yeah, I'm gonna say this was definitely made by someone who lives in the greater Seattle region. Call me crazy. Gee, those tinted windows sure... Tinted winding? Gee, those tinted windows sure do look inviting. You've walked by this place several times, and each time you wonder what it is that people do in there. It's not like you're going to find out tonight, though, or ever. Well, if it's a Ministry of Cultural Appropriation, they're probably defending a football team's name somewhere, or some shit like that. You have no idea what this place even sells. And you certainly won't be finding out right now, because it's closed. Well, I would have to wager anesthetic. Blue Room. The Blue Room. Apparently they have lots of live music in here. You like live music. Well, you did at some point anyway. Maybe you want to see what's playing? Not right now. I hope I can go back to that. Apparently this ASMR thing is super in at the moment. Not enough to be open at this very moment, though. It's an upscale clothing boutique, whose name means something rude in French. It's also closed. Cotton of the Seal. I'm sure that says something phonetically in French. I have no idea what it could possibly be trying to say. Sorry, everyone. I failed high school French class. You've heard of this place. Apparently there's a weekly queer dance party, and it's tonight. Want to check it out? Yes. The Cyber Club bouncer just stands there, more or less unaware of your existence. Not that you particularly feel like having anyone aware of your existence, but still. You know what? Yeah, let's go in. Well, as the kids these days say, YOLO, or something. You flash your ID at the bouncer and they nonchalantly let you in. Yep, it's a little loud. As soon as you walk into the club, you realize exactly what a terrible idea it was. You don't know anyone at this dance party. Who would you know? It's not like you ever go out. Also, you hate crowds and noise, remember? Okay. Breathe deeply. What did they say it was? In for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, out for 8 counts? Something like that. This music makes you feel strangely old, as if it's some kind of in-joke that no one ever explained to you, but you feel foolish asking. Come to think of it, that's how you feel about a lot of things. Once again, you resent that these are the only places to meet people with whom you have anything in common. Not that being queer in itself means having all that much in common. Yes, getting out of here is probably a very good idea. That was rough, I'll say. Sorry, everyone. And just when I thought I was gonna have fewer troubles with my microphone being drowned out by game volume. Yeah, let's see what live music is playing. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll inspire you out of this funk. The Blue Room reminds you of various other venues you played in back when you were in a band, or sang karaoke in, or performed impromptu slam poetry in. Regardless of what it was, you were good at it. It was easy for you. The smarmy bartender completely ignores you, all the while being friendly and chatting up everyone else. Whatever, it's not like you wanted anything to drink anyway. Whenever you're at any kind of live music venue, you always watch the band. If anything, they're the people you can relate to, the ones who are there for an actual reason. You've always had a much easier time entertaining than being entertained, and you're not sure why that is. I'm gonna assume by the fact that those are unblurred human faces in this game, that those are developer friends or something. You don't really feel like being in here anymore. It's just making you sad. Well. Shit. It's a pretty fucking hard life living in a shitty apartment and being queer in an ambiguously gentrified area of the world. I wouldn't know a thing about that. Fuck. I'm sorry if I've had very little insightful to say this game, I'm just kind of taking it all in. Ah, what a funny sign. So, you had enough of being outside? Yeah, I'm done with outside. Well, at least you did something with your day. It may not have been much, and it certainly wasn't productive, but it was something. And we're back here. And I think with that, we reach the point of the game, having an open-ended ending there. If this game is even trying to have a point other than to be a fairly accurate simulation of what it's like to be, living in a major metropolitan area while depressed. I hope you all enjoyed.